What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream where we're back in our day. Built from scratch using Unreal Engine 5, of course, plus blueprints, the gameplay abilities. So, today we're going to start off by fixing anything up from the work that we did yesterday where we added a kind of construction function within our gameplay ability. Lets us instantiate at runtime in our components category for our abilities. So by default in this ability class have an activated ability, right? Here we're checking, so we're basically having both parameters here, like the target buffering motion work component, and on activate ability, instantiating them. So instead of doing that, we're having a function instead of the basic checks to see if there's any variable in the category. If there is, instantiate them when we try to activate the ability, and then fail if we can't. It'll fail. Output log. Figure out what's going on. Overall, what we're trying to avoid is having to potentially have a bunch of components, get component by class, check that component, ensure that it's valid, and then be able to use it. We should at runtime, or try to activate that. I want to clean up the melee base, and then we'll input buffer stuff, and we'll have to look into search how to do a verbosity logging and to ask those questions. Also Google it too. Now, so there seems I'll post that. Got it. Visual log of what I'm referring to here. Logger. Being able to logging in that. Yes, we. Interesting to add some of this just to learn what we can accomplish. Vlog. Actors logger. So I guess the bare minimum is this text. Good amount. Learn from. So let's fix up the melee while this stuff's running in the back. We'll end up adding logging. We might have to add the log category, and then we'll look into what are the melee ability. We're gonna pretty much a lot of stuff for the melee ability, but why not? Those and consequence. So that blueprint's not going to compile anymore. Variables won't exist, so we will construct the actual variables with those components and activate. resources. Uh, we just have a blue text, shapes. Required is logger, static category. Logs function. Example, if it is log. Can compile, so put up Bailey. Worse. As it, so let's read. Solve some problem. Okay. The one. Plenty of information. So visual category. That after that. Hey Talos, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. How you doing? Let's see. Target. That all as so that's good. Now let's look into timeout. We have a kitty in the room. So let's look at the notify where we can pick things off. Check it. Open input buffer for category. Opening it, but I guess interest coming up. Oh, she got distracted. I swear, out of here. Hey, okay. Got a kitty. Ah. Now that we have a rubber ducky in the hat, basically this is where we're doing stuff within the stage. Not interested in basket. Now she's just. But yeah, the second part of the problem is when we want to buffer something part of state tree. There is like a secondary. Being chaotic. Ow! Be normal. No. This way. Alright, fine. No, don't lay in front of me. Let's get. Does not want to be in the basket today. Lola, you cannot sit in front of me today. Also listening. Finding hand. Add action, buffer. Might want to have timeout in here. Oh, just to kind of keep legacy functionality. I don't know. I don't opt out ever. Not be. Also not use category. I have to update. 5 is, but I would need to get. On the keyboard, I'm not pressing. All this. Voila. God. She is fucking. If you could see what this cat is doing. That's. Kitty cam. She's playing on the keyboard. Cool. Now we got a bunch of typos in the code, huh? So bad, I need to pick her up. And sorry. Oh. Oh. Across the deck. heartbreaking. So, like I was saying, we have a function that category tag should be able to add here. Good. Still a generic question. That basically check K is the checking K is the buffer. Maybe I can get this tag category. I have the. Let me see. I don't know if it's in. Find input action. Hit X. Have to do. this. Again, there are categories I have. That. That. That'll be fine. I'll just work on again. Something we I don't know if then so sometimes my voice doesn't come up. I did make some filters, so wonder if that made any issues, but hopefully this is better. Let me know. We'll go from there. Because I accidentally changed some properties, but then I was like, I don't know what the defaults were, so I had to Google real quick what are some optimal microphone settings. So hopefully that's a little bit better. In the going to have a parameter for unless I just have a journal. Something that could be universal, I don't know. Could I have like an override or something? Sounds better now? Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, man. Let's make a parameter. Ride that. Guess on the notify begin, I should maybe have some that timeout or something. I'll have an internal variable as well, float public. Affected. Property Good. And let's have some fun. Right, so public again. Callable. Category, not flush input. But it's gonna be void. Another one. Got the kitty again. That. That. Guess we could say, yeah, basically in the notify state then we would say on begin, regardless or not if it's if put 0. Maybe that needs to be first. Doesn't matter. Then when we start recording, start queuing stuff, where we would have to some sort of very end would have to get world set timer delegate podcast essentially create out being so just have to and then if your timer Every time. That'll work okay. I'll. But again, maybe this needs to function, if I can call it. Places. Hey, ew, 24. What game am I working on? I'm trying to make a game that blends pacing of a roguelike, if you think. But I want to blend it with hard mechanics of some, not as deep Slay the Spire, but still having some creative playstyle and build depth of Slay the Spire. You basically played the game as if you were playing Haze, a very, or not as fast-paced, but fast-paced action game, or earning points to then play cards for that character, so that activate abilities, you can buff that character temporarily, and basically integrate that into your playstyle. So as you're fighting enemies, you're getting the reason. Kind of increase your chances of survival and beating the waves and stuff like that. Once I can compile more, but about the game. Think goes in depth on kind of what my vision. Fight 2. If I just hopefully I'll be able to. Sorry. The white on screen, my eyes. If that. Have to hope nothing. Like it was. What we try to do? If we're blocking input, all the category. If it's not currently open, right? So this. A very important function call. So let's see if that compiles and then show a little bit of the game. Not too much yet. Still getting sidetracked by low-level systems, of course. compiled. Still able to. Now we gotta test out, and if our timeout works, then we would probably need. One is all I'm doing is creating a lambda Yeah, that's not doing it. But also, yeah. All that's doing that function. Flush. All I'm doing is probably need more than that. Away. Just a little. Technically. Likely don't. Like flushing. Actually, just need to. This. suspect that that's the problem. I need to. Try to result in a void. Or add a void. Hopefully work. But again, probably absolutely don't. Anyway, I'm gonna need it. Void. The buffer. Right. So yo, what's up, Patrick? How you doing? I'm doing pretty tired these days. Got back from Ireland. We were in Dublin. Found some long lost sherries there. Got to whole family. Went to the Guinness factory. And I've been just pooping toothpaste. Like black toothpaste. The consistency has been awful. Wiping has been a nightmare. Hoping to recover soon. But overall, I'm good. How you doing? So how do we test this? buffer. Tired as well. Atlas isn't super well. How long has it not been doing? How do we get it? How are we gonna? Sorry. How old is Atlas? Down here. Buffer it. Just double. That's. Oh, you got hop back into meetings. Oh man, I'm sorry. It's good to talk to you, man. I hope everything works out as well. Missed you, man. Take care. It's real time. So, like, do I care about it? That timeout affected? Might be annoying testing. I have all these categories. I want to start looking into the category. So, about the time. Let's look at the viz log. Food. Sure. I have a log category. Then do I also have to say like UE? So new game capabilities are plain. New object division log doors. Log owner. Drop-ins to the files, so we. Right, so. It can come there. Every time something's probably here. Plug temp. Basket, so she doesn't get the. Ideally, I would be able to do a log FM. Log velocity. Add. Wait for this. Two. So it's actually not log temp. Yes, it's not temp, but I would. Okay, I think I know. Yeah, okay, so it's actually buffer component is the category. Then it would post. Then logs also appear logger. I don't know if that's perform, not, but text. Basically, we're checking, hey, I want to check input action. So put buffered, but category buffer. Kind of close, but not the. You okay? Well. Place it. So that's when we queue stuff. But input into buffered state tree. Now I would probably want to log. I wonder. If not shipping build. So, text format. Action value. I wonder if that. Categories. Hope that makes sense. Or for one more. What do I? copy necessary all the time. I want to do this. Open. Oh. Clock. Flush, so we should flush. Uh, that's also fine. I should probably no. Simulate. Sure. Uh. Oh. Find out. I'm just talking about actors now. Hey, Trash Talker, how's it going? Let's see if our bugging. Not a buffer, right? I don't see any. So, filter. Logging that. Have to say log. Good, awesome. I'm doing good as well. Pretty excited. I just ordered Nintendo S line. I'm backlog. At the name of the. I downloaded Lord of the Rings War in the North, the Legacy Edition. I never played it when it first came out, but I'm enjoying playing some older games. Also playing Halo. Xbox One I have over here. Still working on that. Alright, let me just go over like the catalog again. Still working on Horizon Forbidden West. Slowly working through Kingdom Hearts 3. Playing Bayonetta. I'm still obsessed with Megabong. Still playing rounds of Meg. Playing Lord of the Rings. Playing Halo 3. That's it. I finished Rage and I started playing Rage 2. Stopped. I think I need. But I'll probably get back. Log. Oh, something happened, right? Flush button. Right, so put action. I need to grab that. Get name. I thought there was like a get name save. But you'll be lurking, I appreciate it. Yeah, just chill, no worries. Hopefully you can relax. And hopefully the music is more audible, but still not too loud. Rappers. That's well, I guess I could also say, you know, flash of lightning. Let's just check if it's raining and if the kitty's okay. I'll be back in a second. Not a kid. I mean, I just didn't know it. There. What's buffered is showing? I was saying false. Put action value. What's buffered is? Guess that. Let's assume that is a part division. Nothing yet. Start doing something. Post table this. All the events here saying, hey, opened, action added to buffer. Input consumed. I can get colors. In. Completed. I think it works. Something. Dodging is not. Reason dodge isn't working. Okay. By default. Okay, so. Oh. I mean, after we fix this, we'll call it a night. I even get. Noise canceling. Let's see. Property. Thanks for letting me know. Let's see. Maybe it's too much. There's also noise gate. Maybe I just need noise suppression and not noise gate. Maybe that's better. I hope that's better. Let's see. So what is wrong here? So let's do the rewind debugger. So it seems like I entered dodge immediately. No. Yes, we're not even getting there. So why does it... Why does it not just chill in idle? That's very bizarre. I don't think I need to compile this, do I? Man, that just doesn't seem to work. Because it's trying to enter. But it just... Be good. Let's look at dagger. If I do a delay, does that fix anything? Let me start fresh. So I'm in idle, and then I try the dodge. So, but I'm not activating that, and I'm not getting there, it seems, but I should be getting somewhere. This is trippy as hell. No. Let's see, player dodge does instant. So do we get to give? I wonder. We do. We go through it, give, and then do we get to here? Well, probably yes, but we have the try, activate. Or can activate, I should say, right? Do we get here? Okay, so we do get here. What happened? So yeah, we're just not passing. And I guess we get stuck. So, are we even getting there? Ability. Which ability is this? So dodge. So are we getting there? If ability slot is empty slot, we do that, which is fine, right? So we get to on give ability. On give ability, then here, right? So on ability activated, then try activate ability on spawn. Wait, do we get here? So still dodge. We're doing all that. Do we eventually get to this? No. So we're saying, so it's failing here. So spec is active. So I'm gonna put, not that. So So let's start over. So I'm going to play. Which ability is this? Can activate ability. Don't know. So I'm going to try to dodge and I get here, right? So if instancing policy is instance per execution, okay. Okay. So we do all this. So it's saying activation. So this is on input triggered. So I wonder if that's also a problem. So let me look at this. Let me go to melee base. This is also on input triggered. But this works fine. Which is fine, right? So what is the try activate ability pipeline, right? So we try activate ability, then eventually we get to internal, and then eventually we get to is it call activate ability? And then there's pre-activate ability. And then there's activate ability. So that nonsense. Oh, let's see. Let me go to activate ability. I'm going to do can, right? So let me play. I'm just going to attack. Bam. Right. So what's the thing here? So we do state thing, and we call try. So it seems as if we don't even get to that for dodging. So I'm gonna try to dodge. Yeah, so I'll start over. So dodge, no. I'm gonna force rebuild. So we get there because we have that transition. So why is the transition just not there? This is bonkers. What did I do? Is it the input buffer? Did I screw something up? Did something get reset? I wonder. Out loud.
So it seems like we make that transition. Alright, we got the evade, we get into dodge. But we don't get to that. So let me also... for sanity. Yeah, so for some reason that's just not working, and that's frustrating. I'm gonna stream for about 15 more minutes, so let's see if we can figure this out tonight. I also don't think we need this task in there. So yeah, I feel like we need to be getting there. What is wrong? That's GAC underscore melee. This is GA underscore instant. Did I set something up that would have broke? So I don't want to re-trigger. Oh, maybe I do. I'm not sure. Cooldown tags. I don't have any tags on me that would prevent this to be activated, right? Oh, I feel like I'm going loco. Let's go to the input buffer. Let's do a little bit of everything, because I feel like something is off. Because I don't think that evade ability was granted, right? So let's go to my... What's the naming of this called? Character base? So, AS character base. So we're not granting any abilities by default. Tag relationship mapping. It's also a thing which I would need to revisit at some point, which I don't know if it's necessary, but... So is it at the input buffer level? Let's see. I guess I could do it by default, right? I'm gonna just do that. And our payload, IA evade, was buffer input direction, input action value, totally fine. All right. Okay, so that gets triggered a few times. I don't know what the ability class is. So ability. So it's constantly spamming evade. So I think I definitely fucked something up. But I don't know what the difference is with just the normal attacks. So I'm just going to do an attack. So we got that. So it seems like it's constantly being triggered. So what happens when we consume? We do input buffer timeout. So okay, so this shouldn't be timed out. This should just immediately be flush buffer. So that's hopefully it. Let's see. So after we consume, we immediately flush, and flushing does all that stuff, right? And I hope that's enough, because I'm also checking has pending input buffer event, and so I'm hoping that by resetting that, I guess I should be calling reset, right? Oh no, I pressed compile again. Cancel. Should just be called reset, right? If that works, then I'm a genius. If it doesn't work, I'm not as much of a genius. Because what I'm thinking is happening, it keeps, I don't know, sending the state tree event, and it's interrupting itself, I guess. It's still weird that I'm not getting it. Maybe because it happened so quickly, the transition. Oh, I don't know. I can't explain it because I don't know if they fixed it or not. But yeah, let's see if on the listener event, if this is constantly called. I'm going to do an attack once, done. Once, yes. Be a boy, be a genius. But I don't think the cached input is working anymore. Which sucks. So let's open up dodge again. Or evasive. No, it's GA dodge, okay. So I'm just gonna grab that and I'm gonna slow down time. I'm gonna do an attack and I'm gonna buffer and let go. No, I put in a stick direction, I know it, but it's not there. So for some reason, that's not passed along. So we get we consume payload. Sorry, hold on. Because I want to fix this too. Right, so because we consume and then we flush. And flushing does what? Resets the queue, right? So is that the right order of things? So let me just go to the listener. So we consume it and we copy information into the out payload, right? So this should be safe. So I'll need to put in here. So step through. So we have the cached input vector. Pending payload has it. And then let's go to consume. So for whatever reason, state tree payload doesn't have a valid input direction anymore. So what happens? Like we return false and then we eventually get there. So let's look. So let's slow down time, do an attack. We're gonna go here. Let's go to flush as well. Go to dodge. So we do already flush the input. Okay. So we flush it. So the timer goes off. Which flushes this. And then we get there. And then we still end up in consume. And the state tree queue still has something. It's all kinds of derpy. So I want to know what else I fucked up. So when I flush the buffer, let's just put a breakpoint here, right? So I'm gonna. So we immediately flush, right? So fine. Let's start over. So I'm gonna throw an attack out here. And I'm gonna dodge. And we get this reset, right? So we get here, but then we will eventually get to consume. Which I really shouldn't. Unless well, no. So there is a function called reset state tree queue anyway. So it seems to me as if like after it flushes, for example. So let me test that theory. So where's the flush? So we need to that first. So this a couple times, attack, breakpoint, buffer, dodge with direction, go like this, it resets. As we close the buffer, so I'm guessing we actually don't need to flush it yet. But then what my assumption was is this would get called an additional time, which it does. Which is evade again. But the reason why is it because of this? Thing? Because then we simulate. Maybe this is not needed anymore. let's make an assumption we don't need simulate input action just to test something. And then we're gonna have to call it a night. Because there's basically conflicting things. Because then when we simulate, we get back up there, and then... But maybe that's not the bug, but we'll see. We'll probably have to continue this tomorrow, unfortunately. But we added a lot, which I'm happy about. We just gotta do better. But let's just see first and foremost if that was correct in my suspicion. Something tells me it's not, but maybe it is. Let's see. So again, I'm going to attack. I'm going to buffer, dodge left, let go of the stick. Nothing came out because of the timeout, I guess. Buffer, stick left, let go. Nothing came out. Try again. Is it because of the timeout? Okay, I'm able to dodge. I'm not able to buffer. Okay, so maybe that whole simulate thing was like the key to it all. So let's go back, to input listener. Do we even get here? To get there. Well, it's essentially this is rough. Okay. Whoop. So what is happening? Right, we check. Do we have a pending input buffer event? And then if we do, we try to consume. And the consume checks, hey, is it open or not? We do all that. So let me do an attack. And then I'm going to put a breakpoint here. Attack again. So we get here. And then we do input buffer timeout flush, right? So the input payload. So we don't have an action? No, we have a primary base, right? Not sure why that's questioned. But yeah, that's all good. And then eventually we want to consume. But we never get to consume because I'm assuming the flush happens too quickly. Because, we do this, we get that immediate thing, right? So let me put time scale down a little bit. Put a breakpoint here. And then we get there. Hey, thanks for the follow, Zorak. Oh, and thanks for the subscription. Much appreciated. Hey, no problem. I'm glad I've been able to help. Hopefully the advice makes sense. So, let me see. Because I'm driving myself crazy. Let me just double check. Dagger, combo. Got that. Dagger combos. Let me make the override for this to be like 2. I just want to see. Yeah, so it doesn't seem like we're buffering anything anymore. So that's weird. All right, we're gonna keep going because this is making me upset. So let's see, do we ever get to consume? Right after the buffer ended, right? So I feel like the simulating of the input button was what was getting it to work, which is weird. So when are we flushing? So let me go back to flush. I'm just gonna put this breakpoint there. So my assumption is it happens immediately. Fine. So let's put time dilation, pause, breakpoint, unpause, click. So we eventually get there. So again, yeah, it's when we close. That's the problem. So when we close the input buffer, we don't necessarily want to flush it in the same way as the other stuff. So my assumption is we don't want to call this then, but we want to call so after we activate this, we can then call flush, and then when we consume, we call flush. So fingers crossed, gang. Crossing, I'm crossing my toes, I'm crossing my wiener. Hey Lola, we got Kitty again. Come here. I want to see. Oh. Wave to the kind people. Oh. Just me and her for the next couple days. So she's gonna get smooches. Bye. So yeah, I need to better understand all this stuff down the line. I hope this works, but so again, you know, we'll leave the buffer override timeout to be that high just to see if things work again. So I'm gonna attack, buffer and attack. Nothing came out, but I don't know if that's because of the override. Okay, so still, you haven't seen Lola before? Oh, well, she's the best. So let's go to again to flush or close. So when we close, buffered input actions category, activate. So this should be still fine. So we should get to consume as we would expect. But let's see. So slow down time. We'll also go to flush. So we get to, okay, so we basically have the same problem. So we don't necessarily want to flush it here as well. So I already have a function. Let's see. So after we consume it, then we want to say true. Here. All right, let's see. Because I think the problem was when we attempted to simulate, we flushed it. So I'm wondering if I need to flag some additional properties to say, hey, this is a state tree thing, because not everything's going to be handled via state tree. But yeah, so because there's not a lot of things that are going to be that need to be buffered, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. Like dodging and the attacks and the range attacks and stuff like that, that should all be kind of be bufferable. Activating the main abilities and card abilities, I don't think they need to be buffered at all. I could be wrong in that. No. So I might need to look into how to fix that or make it a little more flexible. So let's see. There we go. And do I buffer the stick direction? Yes. Alright, your boy is back. So let's see. Boom. Okay. We are good. So the main problem down the line, just to explain it a bit before we go, is there's some certain things that we're doing through state tree. Other things I don't know if I would want to handle through state tree, just because we have these slotted active abilities and things like that. So what that would essentially mean is I would have to make a state tree that activates an ability and basically override that like state in the state tree, which which is doable, but then it's just an added layer of content where I literally just have a simple one-off active ability that needs a state tree that gets there, but I get the added benefit of just kind of consolidation of systems, you know? So I'm not sure if I need to, you know, potentially have under action saying if it is part of state tree or not, and then checking against that. Because for the time being, like I think it's right bumper and then like X, or is it left bumper and X? Okay, so like this ability is not even activating anymore, so that's also broken. Oh, we got a kitty. Let me just look at Fireball real quick. So maybe it's doing something because yeah, it's got components. Okay, the cat's going crazy. So I'm assuming it's because of... Okay, Lola is jumping around like crazy. She's freaking me out. So let me move Fireball out into default. Motion warping. Unless, well, yeah, this inherits from GA dodge, so I'm hoping I can just... How do I move this out? I make a VFX category. Just did that. Yeah, still broken. Not sure. My hope is it's this stuff that I added today as well. So we get the cat activate ability. Let me just double check. So we'll do that. So yeah, we do get to this. So actor info is the player state. Does the spec handle to find anything? So we have two. So Fireball VFX is still in there. And that's why it's failing. So I'm guessing it tries to get all components. I'm guessing the issue lies with validate components, resolve component properties, and build. So yeah, down here it's checking if with editor. Something with this. And then so then yeah, after we build, we check all of these things. But yeah, essentially it's going through all the properties. There should be a way. Like, I don't know if I need to strip this when we're not an editor. Let's see. Let's see. And yeah, it's already almost 9:30. I need to go to bed soon. So Niagara particle system component base. Is that a thing? It's a U primitive component, but let me see. So now I got particle system component. Like, why am I not seeing that type? So Niagara component. So maybe I have to check if it's not a primitive component or something too. So I feel like that shouldn't be passing, honestly. So where is the ability? Is that the one thing I closed? So because it's U actor component. U primitive component, and it's a scene component, right? So for let me do that, right? So for some reason Fireball is there. Let's see. Okay, so it passes because primitive component is a scene component, and a scene component is an actor component. So I could do superclass is this. So let's see. So I can also say this, right? Maybe that'll work. Fingers crossed. Can I still attack? Yes. And I can fireball. Awesome. So that seems like that worked. Awesome, possum. So that's where I'm going to end it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it very, very much. If you're new here and, oh, I'm sorry, it's Eric. I didn't realize you had a question. If I remember correctly, Twitch or streaming isn't your main job, right? Do you currently work full-time in game dev? And if so, are you actively developing games that are using, for example, the GAS framework? So I can't say explicitly what we're using, but yeah, my full-time job is in game development. I'm working at CD Projekt Red, and I'm working on The Witcher 4. That's my full-time job. I'm here in Poland. But yeah, I can't speak to any of like the main development practices. So I'll give you a moment to respond if you need to respond. But then yeah, we're gonna be calling it a night. And yeah, thanks for watching, Talos. So if you're watching from YouTube, make sure to subscribe. For those watching on Twitch, a follow would be much appreciated. Since not many of us are on Twitch tonight, I won't do any sort of raids. So hopefully next time. So again, yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes here. Alright, so that's what we'll call it. Enjoy your night, guys. We'll be streaming again tomorrow. So enjoy your evening, and I'll see you soon.